The Assistant Minority Leader in the Idaho House of Representatives, Democrat Steve Birch. Representative Birch, thanks so much for joining us. First, can you describe the impact of this current rat population on your constituents?
Well, thank you for having me here. I appreciate it, Matt. This is an emerging infestation. These rats are not indigenous to Idaho. They are huge Norway rats. They can be as long as 18 inches long. They are devouring gardens. They are getting into crawl spaces, into attics. They're also getting into cars and machinery that are parked outdoors. And the concern is right now it's more in the urban areas, but there's a lot of waterways that these rats are really they're great swimmers, and they spread through the waterways in particular. And the bigger, longer term concern is when they start getting into the agricultural fields that surround Boise and its suburbs, because there you're dealing with not just crop damage but also contamination from rat droppings and so forth, which can lead to some very deadly diseases like hantavirus and plague and so forth.
You had an idea in the state legislature to address this problem proactively. Can you explain your proposal and its disposition?
Yes. So the bill that we put together, and by the way, I co-sponsored this with a Republican colleague on the Senate side, and the bill would have chartered or tasked the State Department of Agriculture to add these two species of rats, Norway rats and roof rats, to the invasive species list, and then develop a plan in conjunction with, or in cooperation and collaboration with state and local governments, as well as the private sector. And the first step that this bill only addressed was really measuring, monitoring, trying to determine the scope and the spread and the rate of spread of these rats, and then come to the legislature next year in 2027 with hard data to be able to then put together a plan and make the business case for whatever actions were needed. So this bill actually didn't spend any money. It really was just of any significant amount. It was just really basically getting good data to make good decisions.
Why did it not become law?
Well, there are a couple of reasons, three in particular. One was that the Pest Management Association in Idaho objected to the bill. I think they felt that they could handle this on their own. Maybe they thought that that it might maybe reduce revenue. I don't know.
Wait a second. You had to fight the special interest group, Big Pest Control. You were just trying to you were just trying to get rid of the rats, but it became a turf war over who was going to get paid to get rid of the rats?
I don't know. To me, it's a win-win, because part of the bill is to educate the public. And what would happen is when you start proactively telling the public the rats are coming, the phone's going to ring off the hook for these pest management companies. But in addition, they play an important role in this because they have the expertise on how to deal with this type of an infestation. Neither the state nor local government has that expertise. And so what would happen is the state would likely contract with the private sector. And this is going on in Idaho right now with an invasive species called quagga mussels, which have infested, is infestation of those on the Snake River. And that's a huge economic problem because they get into machinery and all sorts of equipment and could cause millions of dollars of damage. Well, the State Department of Agriculture takes the lead on that, and they've let out contracts to the private sector. So that was one of the concerns. The private sector objected. The second is there were arguments on the floor of the House, and I should say it passed the Senate with only 3 no votes, but it failed on the floor of the House on a vote of 32 to 38. And the arguments were more ideological. We shouldn't grow government. This should be handled locally. Well, you can't abate an invasive species by hoping that random homeowners will, somehow call the, private sector to help get rid of the rats at their house. You got to take a holistic view to deal with something like this.
Some in the left-wing media are freaking out over this new contract between us at OANN and YouTube TV.
It's dangerous that One America News is being platformed on such a large digital streaming pay TV provider. You're freaking out about the fact that people have choice. People can't be allowed to hear what they have to say. OAN is not the only channel on YouTube TV. There's like dozens of them. So if you don't like what's being said here, we hope you stay, but there's many other things going on in the world. This is how the left operates, Alicia. They operate in censorship. They don't believe in choice and letting people do their own homework. This is the way the authoritarian left works. They don't believe in choice because they don't like the fact that we don't live in the 1960s anymore with 3 networks and your local newspaper.
We have to respect freedom of the press, the First Amendment, free speech. Remember that.
I want to begin tonight by welcoming and thanking all of our new viewers on YouTube TV. Overnight, One America News welcomed a potential 9.4 million new viewers on YouTube TV. So on behalf of everyone here at OAN, welcome to One America News. We are incredibly excited to have you.
This will allow all YouTube TV subscribers to enjoy 16 hours of live news coverage every single day, as well as all of AWE's lifestyle, travel, and family programming, and it will be available in YouTube TV's baseline package. Now, the Vice President and Global Head of Media at YouTube, Justin Connolly, said this about it. Our goal has always been to provide our subscribers with a wide range of content, which is why we're excited to bring One America News to YouTube TV. This partnership gives One America News access to our growing audience, while also giving our subscribers even more choice when it comes to news and entertainment. And we here at The Real Story are extremely grateful for the opportunity to now reach a wider audience. And we're also grateful for the time you give us each and every single day. And we're excited for the future at this amazing network.